Hello? Oh, there we go. Suppose you want to hear someone talk further. So basically, what we have here is a set of 33 fireworks you can see right here in the front. Here, I'll get my sniper out. 33 on one side, 33 on the other side. And so we got 33 on this side, 33 on this side, and I got another pod over there, one more in the back, one more in the back over here, one more in the back over here. So what we're going to see is them go on off till roughly about firework number 22. And then the finale will happen. This is all done by timers and switches, A, B switches, and all that other stuff. Um, After the fireworks are on over, if you're interested in seeing that, I will take you on in there and show you how that works. I didn't create the switch itself, but I kind of modified it to my liking. Um, and as far as that goes, it takes a lot of power to power those switches, more than you'd think, because each switch is takes 33, so you got 33 different switches there, and then you got to split it. I'll go into that when I show you. Um, just wish that darn sun would go down. Kind of neat if I had some admin powers right now. Wink, wink. So basically, I'm just trying to fill air here so you guys are not bored. And I really don't know what to talk about, to tell you the truth. What I'll do is I'm going to put this out on my YouTube page here quick. Do that. And then I might even go into do that. I'm not going to tell you what I'm doing right now, but I'm doing something. And on this channel, do not subscribe, don't do anything, because, yeah, if you watch the other live streams, you'll know what I mean. We'll go here.
You're doing something.
Okay. Oh, doesn't work that way. Guess they must have changed that. We'll add some people in there. Why not? He helped Don out. All right. Very much so dark. And the show will begin as soon as the solar panels are detected to an off switch to go on off. And that's what sets off the fireworks. So once there is zero light, it will go on off by itself. But there it goes. And you sit back and you watch. So roughly this setup took maybe total of 12 hours to set up. Not much went into it once you get down to wiring. The timers are the biggest thing that's needed to be set up here. The rest of making the fireworks bays, and when I say fireworks bays, you'll understand what I mean by that later on. But once you get them all, fireworks bays are nothing to build, nothing anything else. It works pretty smoothly. But I do this in a survival game where PvP is kind of hardcore sometimes and toxic. And I try to bring some enjoyment to a toxic game, which is very hard to do. And I thought fireworks would be the best way to do that. So I'll sit back here, I'll mute myself, and you enjoy the fireworks. And look at that. Perfectly timed with sunset and all our stuff. I'll get into that soon here too. Let's get equipped. Oh. Chicken down. Chicken down. All right. So we'll go on over to the base. That's what we call it in Rust terms. And I think my brother put it the best way is there's Minecraft, and this is adult Minecraft in a way. And you can treat it like that. Because there's a lot of things you can do with this game that people don't take advantage of. Me, myself, and I prefer to make this game as fun as possible. It's a video game. Go and do fun things with video games. And then you got a group of people where it's like do toxic things. I played my Call of Duty, played my all that other stuff. I think I earned my stripes on the Xbox, and I play PvP. But there's a lot of things in this game that you can explore and do. People set up farms, get people pumpkins, be nice. There's always those toxic players. That's what I'm trying to get away from. I don't want to do toxic player things, nor do I want to be involved in them. It's you come up here. All right, get up there. It's just I want to get on, spend a few hours building something, and making something cool, and then yeah, it's I want to spread a little bit of joy around the world as much as I can, how I can. And for all you Rust players, yeah, it's a big beefy base. I know. So we're going to go to a switching system right now and how that works. Yes, a lot of doors. So this is the switching system. All these components were handcrafted, put up there. So you'll notice a blocker in the system. So what this blocker does is you put power into it, power out, and then you connect it to another power source. Or not. I kind of did this with the solar panel. So when the solar panel, this is what starts it here. So when the solar panel has light, it shuts off and makes a red mark. If I can find, here we go. So I'll unhook the power. So the switch is getting power now. Okay. So it says, hey, I won't let power through because I'm getting power. Once I take that power away, it starts to switch. So I just did that. So timer XXA, XXAB, and then our timer. So first timer is, this is what it does. If you want to get a technical part, you don't have to watch this from now on. I don't blame you. It's boring stuff. I have this set to 0.025. So as soon as whatever it initiates that, and boom, it says, okay, I need to activate this timer switch. So it takes 0.25 of a second, quarter of a second. And then we get over here, and this is what actually tells, this how the well, I suppose I should get on this switch. So how this switch works is I got power from something on else, and the only way I'm going to turn it on off is get power from something on else too. So I'll reset then, and but I also switch on another well, and then we go to over here to the timer. So basically, I set this timer up for 1 second because that goes to the igniter. Now the igniter switch here is controlled by this one, goes into here, branches on out, comes this light to indicate to me that this system is working. This is mostly meant for me checking and diagnosing stuff that needs to go on. It's like, hey, this switch has not got power, hasn't gone off. Okay, I can see that visually with a light. That's the only reason why I have them in there. And then that switch goes down to the broadcaster over here. And it's set to frequency 1. So basically it just repeats itself. The final part of this is now it needs to have power come on out to go to another switch and tell this timer to start activating, and it just repeats itself over and over and over. And then you have different frequency counters set to 2. This broadcasts over the whole map. So technically, anyone who has these codes, you can set them to 5, 6, 9,000, 5,000, whatever it is. As long as they have them codes, you can get that frequency. It'll go anywhere on the map. So the reason why this takes so much power now is because we have to put it to a splitter to command all of these things, because you need to activate from power to the bottom of the 2 switches, then power to the bottom of this switch over here. So this splits that power. It's maybe a little bit too much, but I have different ways of doing that. It just goes on and on and on. And here with diagnosing, we can see where the switch is at right now. So the next one should go off here in about a few seconds. So it's over there. So that one is the second one down here, second one down here. I now know it's on igniter 14. So timing. That's the next part of this. I got these set for 15 seconds. So what you got to do is, if you notice how it ended, it stopped pretty darn close to daylight, with enough to see the other, the finale explosions of the whole thing. So what we have here is you got to do a little bit of math. So rust days usually carry on for about 15 minutes, 16 minutes. And then you got to divide that by 33, and then you got to take in here. Or another thing I did too was I made the finales go off a little bit closer, make it a real finale. So we went over to 10 seconds for the finale. And I don't have the mathematical equation I came up with, but it's basically you got to figure out the balance. So that's how the switching system works out. And it'll go and go and go. I did have some help from the admin a little bit as far as fireworks goes. But this could be easily crafted too. I think it's like, whatever, 15 gunpowder and gasoline and then metal. So it wasn't really a big concern for him. I've been on here for a while. He knows that I'm not going to give it away. Plus, we usually do the fireworks about a week on out. So admin here is pretty cool. If you ever get a chance, come to End of the Line. Admin's really awesome. Other than that, I'll show you the bays. How they're set up. So we'll go to the two bays out front, which you were watching for the main display, and then we'll go over to the finale one here. So it's as simple as, this doesn't need much power at all. So you got two solar panels up here. You got one battery for each bay, and then that. So make it protected. So you have igniters out here hooked up to an RF antenna, and then you got to get 3 power to each one, because this takes 2, this takes 1, and that will get it to. Maybe we can catch when it's going to be igniting here. It just ignited over there. So in 10 seconds, this one, 10 seconds or less, this one should ignite. Oh, there it is. So count 10 seconds. Timer system will tell this igniter to light. Then you put your firework on down. We'll put one on down for the heck of it. Hello. I hate waiting. Oh, is it going this way? That's fine. Dirt, 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 dirt. It's probably over here. We'll put one there just for the heck of it. I thought I set it up this way though. Yeah, let's see. Going that way, come back this way. Go down here, go down here. So that should be the end over there. Well, it should have gone off by now. Yeah. Never mind that. I'll take care of whatever's going on there. And we'll go over to the bay over here. These are the ones that I put the finale fireworks in. And then another firework too. Let's give it a little extra sparkle. So these are even simpler than that one. You have a battery, and then you have tool cupboard in there. And it's just basically the same thing, except you make these for 33 and back, because we have 33 total timers. So count back from 10, and then yeah, that's pretty much it. And then you spread them out as far as you want. I mean, if you really wanted to, I could go over to this island over here, put some of the same stuff down. It's just a matter of, at the point when you get the timers built, it's a very versatile system. You can use it for raiding a base if you want to. Set down some C4, put them RF frequency, have them go off every 10 seconds. There's a lot of things that you could do with that timer. So just a little bit of fun, a little bit of joy, and thanks for watching. I appreciate it, but make sure you don't subscribe and like, because we don't do that here. You guys take care, have fun, and enjoy the rest of your night.